Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Saturday, January 6th, 1 hour, 15 minutes before the Steelers Ravens.
Uh-oh.
And we have three members of the Leon Thomas Group team with us today. Jay Rasenko, raise your hand when I call in so people can see it. Hey, Jay, we have Anthony Greenfield Jr. and Cole Brennan. We're here talking Ravens Steelers, NFL playoff predictions, and
All right.
what's going on with the signal, but we're just going to keep flying with it. So let's start with Cole. Cole, what are your predictions for the Ravens Steelers game? You have 1 minute. Go.
It's a very winnable game for the Steelers. I would say that's pretty obviously. The Ravens are sitting a lot of starters today. Mason Rudolph's playing well. George Pickens has over like two 100-yard games in the past two. So I'm going to pick the Steelers. But again, it's Steelers Ravens. Like, I would say it's really a toss up. The Steelers have to win. The Steelers are playing for something. The Ravens really aren't playing for anything. So I'm going to pick the Steelers today, but I think it could be a very good game.
All right. Anthony, let's hear from you. What's your take? Ravens Steelers this afternoon. What do you think?
Well, Leon, I think that this is a must-win game for the Steelers. But if they don't win it, it's all for draft purposes. So, and as Cole said, I will agree with him. The Ravens are sitting a lot of their starters. So, what the Steelers can do is that if any player on the offense, the defense, the special teams is working for incentives after the season, I think this is the game to do it. Whether they need 50% of the snaps, they need certain stats, 3 receptions, 75 yards, a touchdown. No matter what the incentives are, I think this is a perfect game for the Steelers to just go all out, go real deep in their playbook, and just have some fun.
All right. So there we have from Anthony and Jay. Let's hear from Jay. Jay, what are you thinking? Ravens Steelers, what do you think is going to happen?
Once again, it'll be a close game. I'm predicting 24-21. For once, the Steelers will make the last-minute field goal to win the game.
Steelers are going to make a last-minute field goal and win the game. So now, Anthony, we're going to start with you first. If the Steelers, now what is your prediction again, Anthony? Steelers winning or not? Well, tell me what your prediction is on this game.
Well, I think I would have the Steelers winning. I'm going to say 21-24.
All right, so you've got the Steelers winning. Now, they need some help to make it into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he froze.
Will they make the playoff? Will they make the playoffs?
Who has to lose? Somebody has to lose. So the Dolphins have to lose or win tomorrow. That's one of the scenarios, right?
No,
the Bills.
No, the Bills have to lose.
Yeah,
the Bills have to lose.
The Bills have to lose, and I believe they're in Buffalo against Miami.
All right.
And so,
what are you thinking, Anthony?
I think the Bills would slide this one out if Tyreek is not fully healthy. If Tyreek is playing in this game, I don't think the Bills defense have a slight chance in stopping
you
the
say, but we got to hear they're going to win or lose. We can't have all these ifs. If this guy, I mean, if I was 7 foot tall, I'd be in NBA. I'd be in the Hall of Fame right now. Let me hear your prediction. Are they going to win or not? Are the Steelers going to get the help they need to make it in the playoffs?
The Steelers are not getting the help they needed. The Bills are going to beat the Dolphins.
Beat the Dolphins.
21-17. 21-17 Bills.
We hear that from Anthony. Jay, what's your take on that? Are Steelers going to get the help they need?
I believe so. If Jacksonville loses and either or Jacksonville or Buffalo.
Or Buffalo. So you think one of that's going to happen?
Yes.
All right. Cole, what do you got?
I think I would say the Dolphins are definitely going to win. If they have Tyreek, I mean, Tyreek is he's like a cheat code.
You guys are throwing the ifs at me. If this, if that. I got to hear. Steelers are in. Steelers won't get in. Which is going to be?
I mean, I think it's very likely that they can get in. There's so many other scenarios too that have to happen.
Right.
But I just, I would say the easiest scenario for them to get into the playoffs is the Bills lose.
So that's going to happen. So Steelers are in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they win today. If they win today, Bills lose tomorrow, they're in the playoffs.
All right. Now let's go through real quick here. Let's take a look at the wardrobe we have here. We have Dr. J sporting his Steeler jersey, right? We have Anthony sporting his Patriots jersey, right? We have Cole preparing for a RMU Century broadcast, right, Cole? Right?
No.
So, no. What is it?
RMU men's hockey game.
RMU men's hockey game, right? Ready to do that. And then you have this guy in a lavender shirt. It's not even Ravens purple. I should have put on a jersey or something, but I don't have one. Okay. Now, let's talk about the AFC teams in the playoffs and who's going to win the AFC championship. Jay, let's start with you first on this one. Who's winning the AFC championship?
Unfortunately, the Ravens.
Why is that unfortunate?
I want the Steelers to beat them, but unfortunately, they're probably going to lose before they play the Ravens.
All right. We hear that from Jay. Cole, go ahead. What's your take? Who's going to win the AFC championship?
I think it's such a toss-up. I think if the Bills get into the playoffs, I'm picking the Bills.
So you're picking the Bills to win the AFC championship.
If they get into the playoffs, the Bills.
Well, here we go. The if again. I need to know who's winning the AFC championship.
Honestly, nah, because I'm kind of contradicting myself what I said earlier. I'm going to predict the Ravens.
The Ravens. All right, Anthony, what's your take? Who's winning the AFC championship?
The Ravens. I'm sorry to say it, but the Ravens have proved that they're just an overwhelming team. They're so unstoppable. What can you do? They blew the mess out of the Niners on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to all the Ravens fans out there, by the way. But that was your Christmas present. A dominant win over the number one seed in the NFC.
All right. So, Cole, did you say I'm sorry, but the Ravens also? Did I hear 3 sorries?
Yeah.
I said unfortunately.
Unfortunate. I'm sorry. Wow.
What's your prediction?
My prediction
for the game tonight and
for the game.
Yeah, look around.
For the game tonight, the Ravens are not going to win. Ravens aren't going to win. And we're going to have a major injury by one of our key players. I don't know who that's going to be. All right? Ravens are going to lose in their first playoff game. And everyone's going to blame Harbaugh for it because he didn't play Lamar today. That Lamar will have too much time off, had too much time off. He was rusty. That's what all the talk's going to be. Okay? My prediction. Ravens are losing today. They're losing in the first round of the playoffs. I know before in previous shows I said it's going to be the Lions and Ravens. I'm calling Miami and Detroit in this Super Bowl. That's who's going to win. Who's going to win. Miami. Yep. Anthony, what do you think? Who's going to be the NFC representative? Anthony, what are you thinking?
The NFC, man, I wanted to be Detroit so bad, only because of Dan Campbell and what he's done in Detroit for so long. I want the Lions to win, but the odds are stacked against them with the Niners. So I'm torn between the Niners and the Lions, but I really want I'll say the Lions. I'm a favorite for
Cole,
the Lions.
What do you got, Cole?
I have to pick the Niners. I think they're the best team in football. Honestly, I still think they're better than the Ravens. I mean, I like their defense. I like some of the weapons that they have on offense. I know that the Ravens won that game. I mean, that is a much different result if Brock Purdy doesn't throw, 4 interceptions.
All right. Jay, what do you got?
49ers. Rooting for Detroit like Anthony.
49ers, but rooting for Detroit. All right. Now, we've got about 5 minutes to go in the show. Here's what we want to do. Give everyone a minute and a half. This is your time to tell us all of your thoughts, NFL, anything you want to rant about about the NFL. Here's the order we're going. We're going Anthony, Cole, and then Jay. Go ahead and rant. You got a minute and a half. Anthony, you're up.
Only a minute and a half. I don't have enough time for that. But I'll just give my key points. One, the Patriots are playing for the second or third overall pick in the draft. So we need the Commanders to lose, which is not happening. We need the Saints to win, and we need the Bucks to win. No, the Falcons. I'm sorry, the Falcons to win. And with that being said, with our third overall pick, let's just say,
I'll be in.
I'm taking Jaden Daniels out of LSU. And with my next pick, I'm trading. Stay with me now. I'm trading Bill Belichick to the LA Chargers for their 8th pick. And with that pick, I'm taking Keen Coleman out of FSU.
Anything else? You got
Well, if you want to say if I get anything else, I don't think Bill is going to stay in New England after this, because it's been said by Robert Kraft after Germany that he's gone. So if Belichick does stay, hey, I'm happy for the guy. But if he doesn't, I say we trade him away for a really high overall draft pick so we can get a really good quarterback and his receiver to throw to.
Wow. Interesting stuff. Cole, you're up. Minute 30 to go.
I've said everything I've had to say about the Steelers, the issues with the team, the poor culture. I'm not even going to repeat it because I'm just going to be repeating myself over again, which I've been saying for the whole season. All I know is I predicted them at the beginning of the year to be either 9-8 or 10-7. So that is the second year in a row I've correctly predicted the Steelers' record. The Steelers, I've already said what I've needed to say about them. All the issues, all of the poor coaching, all of, the December collapse again. If the Steelers miss the playoffs, they have nobody to blame but themselves. Losses to Indianapolis, the Patriots, and the Cardinals. Those 3 games are December collapses, which has happened so many times before. So the reality is the Steelers aren't a good football team. They're just not. You can't lose those teams. So if they miss the playoffs, there's no complaining about Steelers fans. All these things shouldn't have to happen. They should have been able to win these games and just get into the playoffs easily.
Wow. 10 more seconds, Cole. Anything else? 10 more seconds.
That's all. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Thank you very much. Hey, everybody, listen, if you're watching, and I know there's quite a few of you watching, you can go ahead and give your comments. Who do you think is going to win the Steelers-Ravens game? Who do you think is going to win the AFC Championship? Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? We have about 2 minutes remaining in the show. Go ahead. We'd love to see your predictions as well.
I want to know what Jay thinks. I want to know what he thinks.
All right. Well, I'm going to go. I guess I'm up here. Steelers should trade Tomlin to the Commanders for the first-round pick and draft Penix, the kid from Washington, who's the best quarterback in NCAA right now. The refereeing has been horrible in the NFL for every team. And I also predicted the Steelers at 10-7 this year. I thought they would play much better than they have. That's it.
Wow. All right. Here's my take. Number one, the officiating. When a player makes continuous mistakes, they eventually get cut, and the team says, this player just got cut. What happens with referees, right? We heard about this Brad Allen crew, who is they screwed up on that full deal with the Dallas Cowboys and Lions play,
The Lions
the
should have won that
the eligible
game.
receiver deal, right? And that's the crew that's doing the Steelers Ravens today, by the way, right? So do we ever hear that this guy got suspended, this official got suspended? We never hear about that, but we see the same folks, same guys and ladies on the field over and over again. The NFL needs to become more transparent to say, yes, these people screwed up on this,
Yeah, I agree. I would definitely.
right? But we've gotta do something to make them more accountable and let the public hear what's going on. My final thing is this: there's a crazy amount of money going around in the NFL, and I'll be doing a show about this later. We keep talking about we need to have more diversity, equity, and inclusion, and we have all these black owners. We need to get that money flowing into black communities and with individuals where it's going to help them. So that's my take on it. And Cole went and split and left us, and oh, he had to head out.
Yeah.
He just sent me a message here. So anyway, that's my take on the picture in the NFL right now. All right. 30 seconds, closing comments. Jay, you go first.
The scary part is Pittsburgh could actually win the AFC. Everybody outside of Baltimore average, and Pittsburgh could beat Baltimore at any time, just like Baltimore could beat Pittsburgh at any time.
All right.
That's it.
Anthony, closing comments.
My final thoughts. I want to touch on the refereeing part that you said, Leon. I think some referees would have like a favorable, favorable calls to certain teams. If you ask me, I do think the NFL is rigged, and the reason why I think it's rigged is because if certain teams aren't winning, people are not gonna watch. At the end of the day, the NFL is a business. You want to keep your good teams good, your bad teams bad, and teams that could shock a lot of people that come out the blue. You got to give those calls to those players. The Lions are one of the teams that shock people. But for Dallas's home record to stay undefeated at home, they had to make that call, which I completely don't agree with. There's
Wow.
videos showing that Taylor Decker actually reported to the ref, but as he's telling him, the ref walked away. And after that play plays out, you already know what happened. He said he
All
was
right.
ineligible, and then
Yeah,
they called
yeah.
the game. They said that the Cowboys won it.
Wow. Now, has anyone heard the audio from the supposed conversation between Decker and the official? Has anyone heard audio of that where he said, I am reporting as eligible? Has anyone heard that?
I don't think we have that audio as the public. Maybe somewhere in sports media it is leaked out somewhere, but there is plenty of visual footage. There's even a video of Jared Goff pushing Taylor Decker away, saying, "Hey, go report to the ref." He's physically telling him to go report. And now he going to report. He sees
Yeah.
the ref, but the ref walks away. If
Yeah.
that's not staged, or if that's not, hey, like you need to stop and wait and see what he's gonna say, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. But why
And
did the
then
Lions send 3 people over there to the ref, and why not just one?
to misguide the other team, Dallas.
Yeah, probably to like misconstrue the defense. You don't want to tell you don't ever want to tell the defense what you're doing.
Right, right. Well,
But
I agree.
but the referees say number X is eligible.
Right. So
Yeah.
us as fans, we don't know what play they're doing. We just know the
They-
formation.
Right.
We don't
Detroit
know what
couldn't
they're
call
doing.
timeouts because they were out of timeouts to say, "Hey, that dude's not eligible. I'm eligible."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I tell you what, Anthony, I agree with you. They screwed that one up. There's
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt about it. Yeah. No doubt about it. Yeah. All right, everybody.
All right,
Thanks
man.
for joining us. We'll see you later. At some point, we'll have a follow-up show to this. I'm Leon
Oh,
Thomas, Anthony
we
Greenfield, and
should have one
Dr.
on
Jay
Monday
Risinko.
for Black Monday when they fire all the coaches.
Wow. There's
No,
Dr.
don't do that.
Ooh.
Because if they fire all the black coaches, I am not watching the NFL.
No, I said
No, he's not
fire all.
talking
No,
about
no, no.
black coaches. They call it Black Monday the day a bunch of people get fired. It's
Right,
like
day after the season.
your day after the season
Okay.
is what
Just
they're
like
referring
baseball.
to, right? It's not
Oh,
racially,
I'm sorry.
not
Yeah,
not a
Never heard
no,
racial
that.
no,
deal,
no, no.
right? Yeah, but I like you. Yeah, they fire all the black coaches. But
Yeah, I'm
But
gone.
we do know there's a higher percentage of black coaches that get fired without giving them a decent chance too. We
Yes,
know that.
Yeah.
that is true.
We could discuss that on another special edition, a sports edition of Real Thoughts and Conversations. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Leon. That's Jay. That's Anthony. We're all with the Leon Thomas Group. We'll see you later. Take care.